Accordance, first run. This podcast is at the basic level. It requires no knowledge of Accordance Bible software or Hebrew or Greek. Congratulations on your purchase of Accordance Bible software. Welcome to the world's premier Bible study program, its rich array of resources, and one of the most enthusiastic user groups you're ever likely to find. This podcast is for those who have just purchased Accordance, or those of you helping our brand new users. It includes complete instructions on how to download, install, and personalize your software during its very first run. If you purchased Accordance or received it as a gift, you received an email that looks something like this one. It gave instructions for downloading and installing your new Accordance package. This podcast covers much of the same information, but a bit more completely, and includes screenshots and tips for installation. You'll need to be connected to the internet during this process. Once you're on, the very first thing you'll need to do is to download your new software. Go to accordancebible.com/accordance-installers. Select either the Mac or the Windows version and click to download it. Once the download is complete, the program needs to be installed. On a Mac, double-click the download to mount the disk image, then drag the Accordance icon into the Applications folder. On a Windows PC, run the installer file and work through the screens to install the application. For those of you who purchased Accordance from the Mac App Store, just click on Install. The rest of the download and installation process is automatic. Now that you've installed Accordance, the next step is to launch it for the first time. First, you'll see this nice welcome message from us. Click Continue, and the Setup Assistant will automatically launch. Now, if this isn't your first time to run Accordance, but you still want to use the Setup Assistant to tweak your settings, you'll find it under Accordance's Help menu. You can access the Setup Assistant there at any time to change your settings. Next, you'll need a place to store your unique settings and documents. Accordance will ask you if it's okay to create a folder and where you'd like to put it. We recommend your Documents folder, though you can place it wherever you'd like. Now it's time to validate your account. Fill out this form with your first and last name, username, and password, then click Validate. Accordance will then check to make sure your account is valid and up to date. Entering this information properly makes it easy to download program and content updates. If you have trouble validating your account, recheck your information carefully. If you're still having trouble, call customer support at 407-339-5855. Once you've validated your account, the Setup Assistant goes to Easy Install. This will give you an opportunity to download the resources you've purchased. I recommend you download them all, though you can just uncheck the ones you don't want at this time. To select all or none, shift-click on any checkbox. Once you've made your selections, click Download. If you purchased a large Accordance collection or have a slow internet connection, this could take a while. If your internet connection is spotty, consider downloading your resources in smaller batches. In any case, this is a good time for a coffee break. Once the download is complete, click Install in this dialog box. After installing your modules, click Continue Setup to return to the Setup Assistant. All of us have our favorite Bible study tools, and that's why this next window lets us select them at the outset. Choose yours from the drop-down menus, like this one. They appear next to each category. The selections shown here are my recommendations for people without a knowledge of Hebrew or Greek. Those of you who do have that sort of background are probably experienced enough that you already know which resources you prefer. Here's some tips. The default text is the one that Accordance will automatically open at the beginning of each study session. Be sure to choose a tagged version of the Bible. That means translations that have with Strong's or with GK numbers, or an original language Bible that is morphologically tagged. The alternate text should be a Bible that includes the Apocrypha, or any books that are not included in the first text. The English dictionary should probably be your favorite one-volume Bible dictionary. Most collections include Erdman's, which is my favorite. Mounce Greek and Kohlenberger Mounce lexicons are easily the best of the key number dictionaries. choose them unless you've got a solid background in biblical languages, in which case you probably already have your favorite lexicons. The default commentary should be a good, concise, whole Bible commentary. IVP's New Bible Commentary is good and included with all Accordance collections, though personally I prefer either the Tyndale or the Expositors. As to devotionals, I honestly have no recommendation, as personal preferences vary so widely here. I will say that those with larger collections have many more choices for devotionals. Once you've made all your selections, click Continue once again. The next setting asks about your pattern of Bible study. If you typically begin a new Bible study each session, choose New Search window. If your Bible studies usually span several sessions and you'd like to pick up where you left off, choose Last Session. Older Bible translations started each verse on its own line, which made it easier to find a specific verse reference. Newer Bible translations organize the verses into paragraphs, which makes it easier to understand the flow of the passage. Accordance allows us to choose either style and apply it to all our Bibles. Now, as a Bible scholar and teacher, I'd encourage you to choose the latter format, but feel free to make your own decision. Are you going to be using Accordance on more than one computer? Or perhaps a computer and an iPhone or iPad? If so, consider syncing Accordance using your Dropbox account. This dialog box gives you an opportunity to do that. Currently, we can sync user notes, user tools, and our custom highlight files. If you're using two computers, you can also sync bookmarks, My Places, and the current session, even if one computer is a Mac and another is running Windows. The Setup Assistant's very last dialog box lets us know we're done and informs us there are many more options we can set in the program's preferences. I recommend leaving those for later, until after you've had a chance to work with the program for a while. Mac users will find preferences under their Accordance menu, while PC users will find it under their Edit menu. When you're ready, Accordance's preferences look like this. There are up to 27 different preference panels, where you can tweak Accordance to your heart's content. See why I suggested you leave this until later? Fortunately, help is always just a click away. This circle, with a question mark inside, is Accordance's contextual help button. Click it and help for that particular feature will open in your browser's window, like this. This page, for example, explains each of the preference settings for this particular panel and their effect on Accordance's behavior or appearance. Speaking of help, the Setup Assistant's very last dialog box also encourages us to check out Accordance's help menu. I agree. There you'll find a wide array of training resources. They cover using Accordance, methods of Bible study, and recommendations for good study resources. All of them are free. It's just our way of helping you become a better student of the Bible. Congratulations! If you follow these instructions carefully, Accordance should now be open on your computer and your workspace should look something like this. Here's a few sample tasks just to get you up and running quickly. First, check out Accordance's Instant Details, which you can show or hide by clicking on its toolbar icon. See the original Hebrew word and its key number by placing your cursor, we call that hovering, over this word. You can see the word's definition by hovering and pressing the Command key, Mac, or Control key, PC. Now, read the commentary on the top verse in a pop-up by pressing Option, Mac, or Alt, PC, and clicking the commentary. Now, hover over any of these references to read the verse. Click one to open it in a new zone. And finally, hover over any of these topics to preview an article on it. Click one to open the article. As you can see, Instant Details offers a fast, easy way to access a variety of information. Now let's try a sample search. This is the search entry box. You can type any word or verse reference in it, hit return or enter, and Accordance will find it. Try searching for the word mercy now. You can see the statistics for the top verse here. If you just search the ESV, this number should read verse 1 of 160. On the right side, you can see the word search statistics. It should say 178 flex hits. You can click this button for more advanced analytics. Use this drop-down menu to switch to another Bible or search text. And finally, use the Go To box to jump to any book or verse. There. Wasn't that easy? For the last exercise, let's try something just a bit more advanced, changing the workspace. First, close this pane by clicking the Close button. If you're on a PC, the various buttons at the top of the pane will be on opposite sides. Next, reopen Outlines by clicking this title. Now, hide, show, or change the interlinear using the Interlinear button. Next, add a parallel resource, text, or tool using the Add Parallel button. Then scroll up or down to see all the panes move together. Finally, click the Library button to open the library, then double-click any resource to open it in a new tab. As you can see, with a little practice, you'll be able to customize and save workspaces for your own use. Once again, congratulations on your purchase of Accordance. Now that your installation is complete, I trust you'll use it to study the Bible regularly. Consider subscribing to this podcast for more tips and techniques, and working your way through our recommended podcast series for new users. This has been Dr. J for Accordance Bible Software. Thank you for watching this episode of Lighting the Lamp.